Hello, Mick once again, talking all things books and paraphernalia and anything a bit sleazy and a bit paperbacky, whatever that word is. I don't know. Anyway, I'm back into the swing of it now, doing a few videos, and I hope you enjoy them. And I hope you've enjoyed the past ones I've done. I've had a little break in between them, but I'm back. I haven't been inside or anything. I'm just other things to do. I'm not a criminal. No, I don't think so. Anyway, so I'm going to talk today about a American Digest book company called UNI, UNI, Uni Books. Strange little, quite a large set. I've got 57 of the 78 that were published. So there's still a few missing from my collection. So I'm going to do it in parts because it's quite a lot to get through, and I'm not going to whiz through them, but there's quite a lot. So I'm going to try and be good and not warble on and babble on about everything and nothing. I'll do my best. So uni books today. So again, as I've gone through before, some of my books, they're all sleeved, they're all in plastic sleeves, and some of them are in really nice condition, and some of them they've seen a life. And the whole point of me collecting these books and keeping them safe is that no matter what they look like, with their creases and their folds and their little tears here and there, I think of it as I'm just looking after these particular books, and I hope you enjoy them because the artwork's fantastic. They started off uni in early 50s with a lot of them were photo covers, and then they sort of interchange between photo covers into artwork, and as we get into the main bulk of the collection, it's purely artwork, and some of it is amazing artwork, and some of the titles on that, you're going to get everything in this uni set. They went from being quite a little bit risky, and then they got proper risky with proper titles. In here I've got Marijuana Girl, Queer Sisters, and loads of other raunchy stuff. So don't just skip through it for the raunchy bits. Follow me on a little journey with uni books. I go through them the best I can with artists and all that sort of stuff, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So let's go and have a little delve round into the uni book world. And welcome, uni books. The first part one, anyway, of my uni collection. Digest size from America, early 50s, starting in 1950, with this title here, which is Red Hot. And I think we can safely say she's wearing a red dress and she's pretty hot. Blonde girl, photo cover, books by Ray Booth. My copy's a little bit water damaged here and there, but it doesn't pop up that often. I do need to upgrade really on this one, but it's a decent cover. And when it comes to these early ones, this one wasn't even numbered as number one, but it is the first copy. Very basic spine. It's a nice looking book. I need an upgrade. Yeah, why not? I'll get my butler onto it. That's Red Hot, number one, and then on to number two. This is Unfaithful Wives. Let's move that one up there so we can go. Instead of my thumb being in every picture. Unfaithful Wives. This is by Peggy. This is uni book number 3, with a nice keyhole photo cover on the front there of the lady in her finest and her stockings and suspenders. Unfaithful Wives. Again, you can get this one does pop up. Like most uni books, they're getting a little bit tough to find now, but when I was buying them way back when, sort of 10, 15 years ago, they were everywhere really, especially online. But it's a nice looking book. But again, it's all very basic on the spine. There's no numbering, there's no you don't get Peggy this down there. It's pretty basic stuff. And the paper that they used, this particular publishing company, it's not the best. It is not the best sort of paper, but they're tough books. On to number 5, Sins of a Paris Doctor, UNI book number 5. It's a great photo cover that's been slightly sort of tinted artwork wise. Yeah, it does exactly what it says. You've got a very menacing doctor on there, and I think he should be struck off, whatever he's up to. But yeah, by Karen Bramson, and this is number 5. And again, you've got a little bit more. You've got Sins of Paris Doctor there on the back cover. Very basic, really. No woman could resist this madness. Oh dear, that's the NHS for you. And on to Torment. Again, a photo cover that's been sort of colour tinted by Richard Meeker from 1951. This is UNI book 13. Unlucky for some, bit of a gap between them. So there's a few in those earlier runs that are very tough to find, and this is one of them. Yeah, it's a real toughie. Torment. Redhead lady there trying to grab her man's attention before he leaves. Kurt loved this woman. Did he love her brother more? Oh dear. Yeah, and there you go. Sort of a basic UNI cover on the back there. Not in bad condition really. Spine's seen better days, but you get a little bit more info on there. UNI book 13 on there, where the mice have chewed it as well. But yeah, it's a nice book. But these are so tough to find, these UNI books. The early ones in really good condition is quite a thing. Okay, let's move these ones to the front now. Here we go. The Thing. This is just amazing artwork. The Thing That Made Love. Beautiful art. Out of the swamp crept the figment of a fevered brain, to lust, to prey. And I think we'll all agree there, artwork's fantastic. This is written by David V. Reed, The Thing That Made Love. Very nice book. Art by Robert Stanley, and you can tell it's proper quality artwork. I don't know if she's in a graveyard or in a, I don't know. It looks like she's in somewhere she shouldn't be. But yeah, that's a proper menacing photograph. You've got the guy here with looks like a claw hand, or I don't know. Very strange. But Robert Stanley done the artwork. It's 1951, and this is number 15. You can just see it there where it says UNI book, right by her stocking top. And she's in a spot of bother, bless her. Yeah, The Thing That Made Love. Quite a tough one to find. The creature of passionate desire was the thing. So they're trying to get that horror thing into the title there. The Thing That Made Love. Yeah, very nice. And on to the next one, which is quite an unusual one for UNI book, because they delved into the westerns, and I think this is the only western they touched upon, by Charles Martin. Raw Passion, a lusty story of love, violence and raw passion. And you've got a cowboy there with a very well painted blonde, having her dress torn from her. This is the thing that sold books. Probably couldn't get away with it now, but in the 50s, this is what sold. Artwork by George Mayers, number 16 in the UNI book run, number 6, 1951 still. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the only western in the whole lot. They just quickly dropped it after this. It maybe didn't sell too well. I don't know. And again, very weirdly, a blank spine. So they weren't really the best paper. They weren't greatly designed, but you can't argue with that artwork. Then that's pretty wonderful stuff. And then on to, we've gone back to sort of these photo covers that have been really badly touched up with artwork. Scandalous Affair by Florence Branch, aka Florence Stonebreaker, 1951. This is number 17. You can see there, Uni book 17, and there's a lady on the grass there about to be about to have a scandalous affair, no doubt. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a pretty good photo, to be honest, and the book's in pretty decent shape. But again, not a lot on the spine, and the back as well, very basic. But a nice book, and yeah, this one pops up quite a bit. You can get this on various sites. eBay and other auction sites are available. But yeah, it's a good one. And then on to a bit of a rough copy of Love Cheat. Again, one of these photos that's just been touched up really badly. I don't know what they were thinking, but there's a guy in the car there. You can just about see him reaching to try and grab her as she leaves. But there you go. She's got you can see her stocking tops there getting out. Love Cheat by William Arthur, 1951. Good old photo cover. And yeah, it's not in great shape, this one. Yeah, it looks like again, very basic on the spine, and again on the back here. The synopsis on the back, it's okay. But yeah, it's doesn't pop up too often, this one. I think it took me a little while to get hold of this, but it's nice book. Need to upgrade though. And then we're getting on to the start of the monsters, if you like. This is an incredibly rare book. As I'm sure you'll all agree, there are copies out there for sale, but it's you know, you're not going to pick this up every day of the week. Marijuana Girl. Joyce Taylor would try anything if it promised a thrill. Yeah. By N.R. de Mexico. Universal Publishing, 1951. And this is number 19 in the Uni book series. And it's obviously very, very collectible. This one's in pretty decent shape. It's all intact, and I'm thrilled to own this book. I also have it. You might have seen the Stallion video I done earlier, Stallion books, and I've also got the Stallion version as well. This is Uni book 19, just down the bottom there. You just see it where the tape's just covering it up, but in really nice condition. Goes for big money because it's a drug. It is a drug book. Yeah, and it's very sought after. And there's the spine there. We just see it. Marijuana Girl. Yeah, really nice condition book. Excuse me. Yeah, it is exactly what it is. It's you got to think, for 1951 to have this sort of book on a book stand. Marijuana, the blonde girl in her underwear, obviously high as a kite, bless her. Yeah, it wasn't the thing that the government wanted out there. They didn't want young men reading this sort of stuff, with these sorts of lurid photographs on the front. But it is, and that's why it's very, very collectible. And I'm very lucky to own it. And it's not a bad little copy, actually. I've seen a lot worse than this, as they were passed around the school halls and the offices. This one survived pretty well, fully intact. Marijuana Girl. And then we come back to a photo cover. Again, it's not the greatest of books by Wright Williams. He's a good author. I would imagine 1952, because we've got this silly writing on her chest, and they've got the stamp 52 on there. It's probably a 51 or 52 book, and it's Uni book number 20 by Wright Williams, who's a decent author. I haven't read this particular book, but and there's your basic Uni book spine. Side Street. Every door an intimate mystery. Wow. Again, another photo cover. Hideaway. It's a decent photo cover, to be fair. Uni book number 21. Peggy Gadis, a woman in an apartment, being surprised by obviously the wife of the gentleman on his knees there, and she doesn't look best pleased. A tingling, tempting novel, one of the most adult books of the season. Uni Book 21, 1952. Again, it's got a typical digest. It's in pretty good shape. They've gone for the rolled sleeve, so we've lost the spine. It's more of a rolled digest sleeve now. And it takes two couples to make one romance. Hello, that sounds a bit dodgy. Anyway, Hideaway. Yeah, it's in pretty decent shape for a photo cover. And then we come back to a bit of artwork on Badge of Shame by Arthur Abram. I think that's how you say it. I've got a horrible sort of half written on there, which is not great. You see her there, she's got some blood on her chest and she seems quite happy to show the fella. Badge of Shame, Uni Book number 24. Artworks by the very, very excellent Walter Pop. There should be a signature on there somewhere, but I can't spot it at the moment. But yeah, it's attributed to Walter Pop, and very nice it is too, with the red sort of strawberry blonde there, with the blood. It's all going on in it. And too hot to handle, apparently. I bet she was. And then we've got back to a spine, a proper spine on here. Badge of Shame. Okay, we're getting there. River Barge Virgin, which is easy for you to say. Uni Book number 25, again by Wright Williams, who's a very respected author. 1952, photo cover. Again, young lady on a boat or a barge, if you're going to be selective about it, and she seems quite happy to be on there, and the fella there lurking away around the corner. I love these photo covers. They how they set them up, I don't know, but they're quite entertaining. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one to get. Again, very plain on the spine, and when you get to the back, it's pretty basic as well. But yeah, nice book. And then we're getting into sort of the realms of, they're starting to get a little bit out there with Gerald Foster this time, endorsed by Jack Woodford, which is no mean thing. This is Uni Book number 26. I don't know who the artist is. It's not been attributed to anyone. You could probably guess, but yeah, The Fiend. This one's quite a tough one to find. It's not very pleasant, really. The guy's obviously about to strike her, which is not very PC and not right at all. But yeah, it is a really, really nice book. This one's in really good shape as well. But again, very basic on the back cover there. But the artwork on the front, whoever done that artwork, whoever painted that particular art, done a spectacular job. With her dress coming up slightly to show her suspenders. Why you would do that, I don't know, but it sells books, ladies and gentlemen. It sells books. There you go, The Fiend. And the last one in, let's make use of this now. Jezebel's Daughter, before we get on to the second pile, by Anne Lawrence, number 27. Cover art is by Bernard Safran. Bernard Safran done loads of artwork on various digest books, and this is pretty decent. He done a load of stuff on Croydon as well as a few other publishing companies, but yeah, he done a few on Uni as well. Jezebel's Daughter, in brackets mother and daughter. So I think the daughter is having extramarital affairs with her daughter's husband. I don't know. It's very complicated. Apparently she was raised in wickedness and nurtured on sin. Yeah, ain't we all? But a great looking book, great artwork there, number 27. And again on the back there, pretty basic really, but a good book. And that one comes up quite a bit. That one's out there. You can find it. Let's go to the next one, which Unleashed Woman. Gail Jordan, who's also better known as Peggy Cadiz. This was a pseudonym she used. Gail Jordan. Her shackled desires at last broke free. Really good artwork there. You've got a candle in a bottle, which is always a sort of hillbilly thing to do, I would imagine. He looks like a bit of a hillbilly. And it's not in bad shape. It's pretty good. It's got that reader crease down the side and a few creases here and there, but it's okay. It's in pretty decent shape. And onto the back here, into yellow now. Carolina Mountaineer. So he's a mountaineer. Oh, I see. That's why he's got the check shirt on from Millets. But yeah, really good painting that on the front. Again, I'm not sure who the artist is, but that's pretty decent stuff. Unleashed Woman. This one I did get an upgrade on a few years ago. Brutal Kisses. I had a bit of a rough copy of this, but yeah, this is definitely a hillbilly. She wanted love, but they gave her brutal kisses. The farmer's daughter. Looks like they're in a hayloft of some sort. Brilliant artwork. It was also used on a Beacon book as well, Hill Hellion. But this is 1952 still, and this is UNI book number 29 by H.M. Appel. I'm not sure who that is, and I've not read it. But I would imagine it's a bit of a romancy sort of story with a bit of sleaze and titillation. But yeah, nice book. On the back, again, nothing special. The hired girl was a menace. Bless her. Eurasian Girl, by Richard Grant. Again, this is a bit of a tough one. When it does come up, it usually holds a good price. I'm not sure why. The artwork's by Warren King, and this is number 30 in the Uni books. Number 30, still 1952. And Richard Grant was a pseudonym used by the Reverend J. Calvert Clark. Apparently, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I have been told. But yeah, great bit of artwork there by Warren King, who's done quite a few on Uni and Fiesta, and it's just that in the mirror there you just see that very ominous character coming through the door, and she's obviously thinking, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And there's Warren King's little signature just down the bottom there. Wonderful artwork. Eurasian Girl. Number 30 in the Uni books. Her blood ran hot with mingled fires. That's difficult to say. And then we're on to Dr. Prescott's Secret. I wonder what secret he's got. Who knows? By Peggy Cadiz again. Number 31. This is 1952 in the Uni book series. Got that horrible, I don't know if that's 2 and 6, I'm not sure. I would imagine it is for whoever sold it when it came to the UK. Yeah, really, I don't know who the artist is on this, but great artwork there. Apparently it was based on the Fay Ray photograph from King Kong, that particular piece of artwork. And you wouldn't want him to be your doctor, would you? Look at him. Hands everywhere. Just strike him off, I should say. Anyway, on to Loves of a Girl Wrestler. I told you they were starting to get weird. They were doing anything they could, Uni, to get you to buy their books. A Tigress in the Ring, a Temptress in the Boudoir. Loves of a Girl Wrestler. With, I don't know who the hell that is coming through the door. A bald chap. Yeah. But a great book by Ben West, with great artwork there. Artwork is by Ed Chan, and very nice it is too. And Ben West was a pseudonym for James W. Lamp. But yeah, really nice bit of artwork there. Scantily clad sort of redhead who apparently was a girl wrestler. But I can't deny or know if it's true that she was a wrestler. But anyway, the bald guy. And they got lovely Amazons or female monsters. Oh. This one's a tough one to find. White trash. You've got the mother-in-law at the door trying to tempt the fella. Leave my daughter alone and sort of come along with me. By, I'm not sure how you say this first name, Boule Pointer. Sort of sounds a bit sort of Louisiana, doesn't it? Uni book number 33, as you can see down the bottom here, with a fantastic painting there, and the book's called White Trash from 1952. The artist is unknown. I'm not sure who it is, but you wouldn't want to mess with the mother-in-law there, would you? She's trying to tempt him as well. It's all going on. But this is where Uni were. They were trying to sell books and this sort of stuff, those hillbillies. You've got the guy obviously coming to sell, the door-to-door salesman up in the Ozark Hills. And yeah, white trash. The whole town pushed her around. Oh, good grief. And pretty basic on the back there, beyond the pale. Bit of an in-joke there for hillbillies, I think. Right, Resort Hostess. Again, beautiful, beautiful artwork. Books written by Gordon Semple. Uni book number 34. 1952, or there or thereabouts. And Gordon Semple was a pseudonym used by William Arthur Newbar. And the artwork, this fantastic artwork, is by Raymond Pease. And wow, how good is that? Can't quite see all her face, but that's the art. That's the sign of a great artist. They don't need to show the whole face. You know that he can draw a woman's face, but he doesn't need to. But everything else is there. You've got the stockings, the negligee. Yeah, wow. That's what you pay your license fee for, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, on to Slave Ship. So we're hitting all sorts of different themes for Uni now. They're going for the slave ship to sell books. By H.B. Drake, 1952, Slave Ship. Again, the artist is not confirmed on this one, but it is a tough book to find because you've got the lady tied up, her hands are tied. He's got a whip in his hands that, well, I wouldn't say is a gentleman, the fella. Yeah, it's got sort of connotations that, you know, nowadays are not, you shouldn't really be talking about, but or even reading about this sort of stuff as a piece of fiction. But it is what it is, and this is 1952, and these companies wanted to sell books, and this sort of thing did it. And this is a tough one to find, Slave Ship. And on the back here, some great art on the back. It's they are pretty good at that, Uni. And again, the spine is very, very basic. Just says Slave Ship, no number, no author, but a really nice book. This one's in a bit poor shape. I do need to get myself a better copy. It's got a big crease down the front, as you can see there by the way the light's coming off the cellophane packaging. This is Hoyden of the Hills. They love that word, Hoyden. I think it means loose lady, or another connotation of that. And this one is by Anne Lawrence, and it's number 36. Really painted really well. Obviously, we're back up in the hillbilly hills, hillbillying around with hills, and there's a young lady there, I would imagine, just about to take her shirt off, and he looks rather pleased with life. Yeah, Hoyden of the Hills, and apparently she wanted more. How much do you need? And on the back, yeah, again, pretty deep. You know, beset by men. There you go. always delve into the hospital market if you can. And obviously UNI were no different to anyone else. Let's get in there and let's find out what the student nurses are up to. And this one here is by Gail Jordan. It's a pseudonym of Peggy Gadis, and the artwork's by Robert Stanley, and you can tell it is absolutely brilliant. Menacing man there. She was tortured by temptation and her flesh was weak. Redhead nurse, and with her nurse's outfit very conveniently coming undone. But yeah, it's out there. You can get this book. It's not particularly a rare one, but the artwork's fantastic. And then The Innocent Wanton on the back with some nice little bits of graphic and typeset. Just 2 more to do, and then we can wrap up, and then we'll go to part 2 another time. Again, this one's a collectible book. Secrets of a Co-Ed by Ben West, number 38. It's sort of got that sort of juvenile delinquent look. You've got the sort of rockabilly looking fella there. Obviously the jock, because he's got his sweater down the bottom there. This one is very collectible and goes for good money when it does. The artwork's by Owen Campen, 1952, and that is juvenile delinquent, rock and roll, early 50s. Brilliant artwork. Yeah, if you do see a copy of this, they go for decent money, and it's my copy's pretty good. I've got a little bit of a nick at the top there on the cover. Again, the spine's in pretty decent shape. Not a lot of info on there, and on the back, she meant to tempt. Good old UNI. There we go. Right, last one. Pleasure Resort Women. My copy's a little bit rough for this. I do need an upgrade probably. By Gordon Semple. Number 39. So we're sort of more or less halfway through-ish. Pleasure Resort Women. Yeah, I don't know what sort of pleasure resort that is, but yeah, she's obviously doing horse riding. And he wants to do other things, bless him. Yeah, not the greatest of copies, but this one's a pretty tough one to find. Not in the greatest of nick, I've got to say, but yeah, there you go. Pleasure Resort Women, UNI book. So that's the end of part 1. Hope you like that. Go on to part 2, and hope you come back for that, where the titles get even sleazier and a bit weirder. Bless them. That's UNI books. Yeah, thanks so much. Subscribe, leave a comment, and all that sort of stuff. And I will hopefully see you, or you'll hear me again very, very soon. Bye for now.